So we began our formal collaboration, our historic collaboration, with an effort to develop a self-regulatory program to protect consumer privacy in digital advertising environments. We physically embodied that in a program that's now run by the Digital Advertising Alliance, an organization we created,
Right.
and the Advertising Self-Regulatory Council, on which we all serve on the board. These things interlock. How would you assess the state of the DAA ASRC program? Is privacy still something you're worried about in Washington? Are you worried about the regulatory impact of this?
I mean, I think we have to continue to worry about it. If we all of a sudden say, okay, we're done and dusted, DAA exists, we put in the guidelines, we're calling out the bad behavior, then I think we're really putting our head in the sand, because I think that it is going to be an ongoing pressure. And you know, we've all talked about this extensively, but Snowden changed everything. And people, the way they perceive privacy, what they understand about the quid pro quo of online marketing, and what they understand about what's going on at the NSA all gets jumbled. So I think it's really incumbent on us to make sure that that message is getting out there in terms of the good behavior, and making sure that people are complying with the guidelines as we need them to be. But we really have a long way to go with regard to awareness, because you know, we in this room all know what this program is, but outside this room, if you try to explain it to anybody, they keep saying, but wait, I don't want all this big brother marketing. So it's still something I think we have to focus on.
Bob, do your members, have they put the privacy issue to bed, or are they still really seriously worried about it?
Oh, it will always be at the top of the list. Fundamentally, you know, you talked about the DAA. For those that are in this room, and for many in the ecosystem, there hasn't been a more important revolution than what the DAA is doing for this industry. If it were not for the DAA, we'd probably be subject to European-style regulation right now, which would have been an anathema for everybody in this room, would have inhibited our ability to conduct business for the growth levers that we now pull. But, to your point, Randy, privacy will always be there because it constantly changes. Every day you hear something new about either a data breach, as Nancy said, get conflated with our particular issues, or you hear something like a Facebook announcement that changes the conversation about what data is constantly gathered. And we know that just as part of our ecosystem, we are constantly gathering data. That cat is out of the bag, and we cannot reverse that particular direction. And nor should we try to. But there will be people in public policy groups at the legislative levels that will always try to put the genie back in the bottle.
Yeah.